If you could please follow me on Instagram. I'm getting very close to 1,000 followers, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you. I had a wild dream the other night, and I thought I should share it. I bought this herb called Leonotis Leonurus, or wild Dagga, because I was reading online that it can give you a high type feeling. Well, I wanted to see if this was actually true and ordered some. I bought it on Etsy. You could buy it online on a lot of websites though. The first time I tried it, I definitely felt something. I didn't feel high or anything, but I definitely felt something. It was more of a subtle calming effect. This was exactly what I was looking for because I don't smoke weed anymore. I get way too paranoid from it, even if it's just one hit. It makes me upset that that happens to me because I used to smoke all the time. I wish I could still smoke, but oh well. Anyways, the first time I smoked it, I was playing guitar like I do every night, and I kind of felt like I was playing better and learned to play faster. I don't know if it had anything to do with smoking wild Dagga, but I think it did just a little. I also noticed that songs sounded better, so after I was done playing guitar, I was relaxing and listening to music, and I got really calm. It was almost like I was meditating in my bed with how calm I was. I also have anxiety, and it gets really bad sometimes, but this herb helped me with that. I had no anxiety whatsoever. If I did, it was probably just a little bit, but not as much as I usually do. This herb also makes you tired, so if you struggle with sleeping, I definitely recommend smoking this or making it into a tea or however you'd like to ingest it. Every night I smoked this, my sleep would be amazing. I got so comfortable and my body just felt like it was laying on a cloud. This is where I get to the dream part of this. Previously, I had only smoked one joint each time I'd smoke it. I would grind it up in a grinder and put it in a raw cone. Well, this night, I decided to get freaky and make 2 joints. It took a while to make them, but it was well worth it. I smoked one, and I was already feeling the calming effect. Then, when I started smoking the other, my mouth was starting to burn from all the smoke I was ingesting, so that was kind of making me mad. I hurried through the second joint and went back inside. I definitely felt something after smoking it. I still didn't feel high whatsoever, but I just felt a calm sedation throughout my whole body. This was around 8 p.m., so I usually like to go to sleep around 9:30 to 10 because I work the next day and have to get up at 6 a.m. every day. I made a little playlist on Spotify for the little time before bed that I usually take to listen to horror stories. I added Weightless by Marconi Union and Weightless and Deep Blue Day by Brian Eno. I think these 3 songs are some of the most unreal, relaxing songs you could ever listen to. Marconi Union's Weightless was actually created with help from sound therapists, and it has proven in a study to reduce anxiety by 65%, or reduce anxiety in 65% of people. One of those 2, I don't remember which exactly, so don't quote me on it. So I started the little playlist, had the songs playing, and immediately I passed out. I woke up to Brian Eno's Weightless and was just like, wow, I fell asleep that quickly? The next time I passed out was when I really fell asleep for good that night, and the dream I had was insane. I don't remember the whole dream, but I'm going to tell you the part that was crazy. So I was with a person. I don't know if he was a friend in real life or just someone random, but we were just hanging out the whole dream. He pulled out what he said was datura, but it was in pill form. The datura pill was white and was shaped like a rhombus. I don't know if you're familiar with amlodipine mesylate, but my mom takes that stuff for her high blood pressure, and her pill looks like what the datura looked like. Now, being in a dream, it seemed normal that the datura looked like this because it was a dream. In real life, there's no such thing as an amlodipine mesylate shaped datura pill. Moving on from that, he gave me 2 and gave 2 to himself. He said that he was going to take them both, and he said that I should do the same as well. I told him that I was scared to take datura and didn't want to overdo it, so I only took one of them. He took both though, and I got worried for him. The dream continues, but I don't really remember all of what we were doing in it. I do remember the location. It was the city where I work in real life, just a little different. You know how dreams do that with real locations. You know where you're at, but it's just different. The datura started to kick in, and I began noticing my visuals changing. The part before the peak was actually what the peak for LSD looks and feels like. Everything was super saturated. Everything looked extremely yellow and tan, kind of like how every movie portrays Mexico. I saw those fractals spinning on the ground and on different objects, like how you would normally in an acid trip. This started scaring me because in the dream, I took the datura very recently, and I was only coming up. Remember, this is just a dream. Like, I took datura in a dream. It was insane. Throughout the rest of the dream, I didn't know how the other guy was feeling. My dream was just focusing on me, so I didn't really know what was going on with him. The trip continued, and it started to get stronger and stronger. The things I mentioned before only got worse. I was seeing fractals all over the place and hearing crazy-ass audio hallucinations. I wasn't imagining people or things that weren't there, which was good, but I was still tripping balls. Then, the thought crossed my mind that if it gets really bad, I could just go to the hospital. So that made me feel better in a way. I'm not really sure how to explain that though. The trip got to the point where I couldn't take it and wanted to check myself into the hospital. I made him drive me, and we were in a classic red convertible from the 50s, so that was pretty sweet. We get to the hospital, and they look at me, and immediately send me to the mental ward. I was screaming at them not to take me there, to just give me Xanax so I can pass out. They thought I was fucking nuts, because I was telling them what I was seeing. I promised them I just took datura, and I don't actually see this stuff normally. They did not care, and they threw me into a padded room. After this happened, I woke up in a panic, and my heart was beating super fast. I was afraid to go back to sleep, so I checked my phone to kind of bring myself back to reality. It was weird, but it kind of felt like I was hungover from the datura. I felt like how you feel when you wake up and you were just in a deep sleep, and your body still wants you to lay down, but you have to get up to pee or something. That's the best way I can describe it. I eventually went back to bed, but when I got up for work, I messaged my friend about the dream, and I'm still thinking about this days later. That was the first time I had ever tripped in a dream. I feel like it could have been much more fun if it wasn't so intense and didn't end up going to the mental ward. I've had so many crazy dreams in my life that I'm actually going to be experimenting with this on my channel for a new series. If you have any crazy dreams, nightmares, lucid dreams, or lucid nightmares, please submit them to my Reddit community. Lucid dreams are cool when it goes well, but if it's a nightmare, then it's terrifying. So, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I can't wait to do more videos on dreams and stuff of that nature. Give me more recommendations in the comments as well. This channel can expand into whatever realm it chooses. I can't wait to see what lies ahead in the future.